जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते. My dear spiritual aspirants, previous week we had a Tattvabodha introductory class. Today, this is the second class of that series. Already I told what is Tattva and what is Bodha. Tattva is the reality or the truth. Bodha is knowledge. So, knowledge of reality, knowledge about reality, knowledge about truth, the permanent truth, the real truth is what discussed in this text. And also, we were discussing about the prayer sloka, Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Gnanapradam Gurum. There are few points I want to discuss again, and afterwards we will go into the text. Already I told this is the Vedantic Prakarana Grantha. This is the basic text. Who wants to study the Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta in particular, in a systematic manner, he or she has to study first the Prakarana Granthas. So that the methodology will be, he or she will be able to understand the methodology, so that he or she can read the advanced texts like Bhagavad Gita with a Shankaracharya or Upanishads or Brahma Sutra. Now, what is Vedanta? What is Vedanta? It can be spoken for a few hours. Just to understand or to make the point clear, only I will make a one or two statements about Vedanta and I will go further. Veda Anta. So, we know Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda. Anta is the end of the Vedas. So, what is Veda means? Veda means treasure house of knowledge. It is revealed to different rishis, different scientists, different seekers after truth, and they gave to their disciples. Like that parampara, lineages come from guru to disciple, guru to disciple. It has not been composed like any poem or any prose. Rather, when they're in their meditation, when the rishis raise their minds to the particular level, to the particular above level, then it was revealed for them. So it is eternal. That's why Vedas are eternal for us. It was revealed. It was invented. It was not composed. It was not written like any poems or shlokas. Vedas. So Anta can be taken in many. There are many shades of meaning. Anta is generally, it is literally, if you see, it is end. So the end portion of the Vedas is called Vedanta. Is it the end portion? Why it is called end portion? Generally, the Upanishads are the main text for Vedanta. Generally, the Upanishads are in the end portion, which is Upanishads are end portion. They are in the end portion of the Vedas. That is Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and finally, if you see Upanishads. So Upanishads are the end portion of the Vedas. Generally, that's why also it is taken as they are the end portion of the Vedas. But literally, though it may be the meaning, but it has got the higher meaning. What is that? That is the essence of the Vedas. Veda Anta refers to essence of the Upanishads are the essence of the Vedas. For example, I may discuss so many things. If you ask in nutshell what you would like to tell Swamiji, in 1 or 2 sentences or 5 minutes, I will summarize it. I will try to tell this is the essence of the Vedanta. This is the essence of this today's lecture. So similarly, though Vedas there are, for an example, in the Rig Veda there are 25,000 shlokas. We have to read so many things. So what is the essence of it? If you say the Upanishads are the essence of it. So Vedanta means the essence of the Vedas. The other is the highest view of reality has been discussed in that portion. That is why it is called also Anta. Anta means highest. So Vedanta means it is the knowledge which discusses about the God, the creator, and the created, the world, and also about individual soul. or Jivatma, about me, Atman. So, what are these three things and what is the relationship between them? This also discusses in the Vedanta. So, that is a philosophical portion of the Vedas, we can also say. So in the Tattvabodha is the Vedantic text. So what is Vedanta? We have seen. So what is the methodology as been taken by the author here? So that is the question and answer method. In generally, if you see most of the scriptures or many of the scriptures, they write in a shloka form because it is easy to remember. Whereas here, if you see, it is in the prose form. Tattvabodha is not in the poetic form. Tattvabodha is in the prose form, and it has got around 50 to 52 question and answer, like 50 question and answer, question and answer. What are the possible questions a spiritual seeker will get? Such type of question in a question and answer form, it has been discussed. Yogi Indram, the greatest of yogis, is a Gurum. Vasudevendram is called by name Vasudeva. Natva, having bowed down, Gnanapadam. Why should I bow down to him? Because he is the bestower of the knowledge. And why I am writing this Tattvabodha, the author says, Hitartaya, for the benefit of. For whose benefit? Mumukshunam Hitartaya, for the benefit of seekers of liberation. Now, for an example, I want to pursue IAS. So, UPSC exams. Can I take Tattvabodha text? No, because that doesn't help you. Because here itself they are telling for the benefit of seekers of liberation. For example, I want to increase my bank balance. So, can I study Tattvabodha? For such type of people, Tattvabodha doesn't help. For one who seeks after liberation, for such type of people, this Tattvabodha is there. So, who is Adhikari and Prayojana is told very clear. Tattvabodha, the book called Tattvabodha, Abhidhiyate, is being written or explained or prescribed. Now, there is also a question, there is a debate by the wise people, by the Pandits, that this book is attributed to Shankaracharya. So, whether Adi Shankaracharya, or because every pontiff in the Shankar Mats are called Shankaracharyas, so whether some other Shankaracharya, means some pontiffs has been written. So, it is a debate. Why? Because when he's saying Vasudevendram, so he's telling that his guru's name is Vasudeva. And he's giving the adjective is Yogindra. Whereas Adi Shankaracharya's guru is Govinda Bhagavat Pada, Govinda Pada. So we say. So here Vasudeva is telling, so that means it is not Adi Shankaracharya, there is some other Shankaracharya. By seeing this opening shloka itself, by seeing the parade itself, people do argue that it is not the Adi Shankaracharya. But some also say that in the poetic, when you write shlokas, you use synonyms. So Vasudeva and Govinda both are one and same. That's why instead of using Vasudeva, Govinda, he has used Vasudeva. And some other people argue here, no, he is remembering the Yogeshwara Krishna. Krishna and Vasudeva. So Yogeshwara Vasudeva is remembering, and he is the gurus of is the greatest yogi. That's why he is remembering the Vasudeva, Yogeshwara Vasudeva. That is Krishna. So he's remembering him and he's writing. That's why it is. We can definitely tell it is Adi Shankaracharya only. Or some they say because his guru is Govinda Bhagavat Pada, Govinda and Vasudeva, they are synonyms. Both related to same person, that is Krishna. So that's why he has taken, instead of Govinda, he has taken Vasudeva. So by just one Vasudeva word, we cannot say that it has not been written by Adi Shankaracharya. We shall not bother about it. It is written by a saint, a great saint, or a great person. That's all we can take it for time being. Now, Gnanapradam. Here the word is being told as an adjective is used for Guru, that he is the bestower of knowledge. Why should we approach Guru? Why do we need Guru? And what does Guru does? What is the function of Guru has been told in this one beautiful word, Gnanapradam. Generally, if you read this sloka, whatever I told, the running meaning, you do get in the textbooks, or you do get in the Tattvabodha books in the English meaning. Just you hear and you go away. But if you take every word and if you go deeply inside, then only you'll be able to understand and appreciate, and you'll be able to enjoy the text. So just I'm giving a glimpse for you people. So Gnanapradam. Guru is the bestower of knowledge. So I am bowing down. How the Guru can give the knowledge for me? Now, By spiritual initiation, Guru can give the knowledge. The secret of the whole universe is Lord, nothing but. So he can give the Lord's name. So that is what spiritual initiation, mantra diksha. By initiating us, by giving spiritual diksha initiation with all compassion, so dana pradam, he can give dana. And he can also transfer spiritual power. There are very few people who can do that. For an example, in with case of with respect to Narendra, that is Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna transferred spiritual powers. For example, I think Nivedita asked Sri Ramakrishna, what did he transfer before his passing away? A few days before, we hear that he passed away some energy for you. Why did he do that? Then Swamiji says that he transferred the Kali for me, that truth will die with me only, it will not be transferred furthermore. So, what really he transferred? What powers he transferred? When Swamiji says that he transferred the Kali into me, he says that. So, what does it mean? There are all esoteric meanings. We don't really understand. But only he said that he transferred Mother Kali with me, and that will die with me only. Further, it will not be translated. I mean, further, it will not be given to other people. That's what Swami Vivekananda says to Sister Nivedita. So, like this, he transferred the spiritual power. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna transferred the spiritual power to his disciple Swami Vivekananda. So, like this, they can give the knowledge also. And by removing ignorance, by removing difficulties, which is badaka, which is as an hindrance to our spiritual knowledge, a guru can also give the knowledge. How he can remove ignorance? By telling the right thing, by giving the by preparing our mind to judge, to understand things, what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is not good, what is proper, what is improper. Such type of discrimination, viveka. When that viveka comes in us, when viveka is awakened in us, we'll be also able to get the spiritual knowledge. So he can also instill this art of self-inquiry. The other is he can remove the ignorance. Again, in case of Swami Vivekananda itself, we can see initially, Swami Vivekananda was reluctant, and Narendranath was reluctant to study or to hear about Advaita Vedanta. For an example, when Sri Ramakrishna used to ask Naren to read Ashtavakra Gita, he used to tell, what, I don't like this, please don't ask me to read. Sri Ramakrishna used to tell, no, no, you read for my sake. Ashtavakra Samhita, Avadhuta Gita, all these things. Sri Ramakrishna used to paste on Naren to read in front of him loudly. If he says I'm not interested, please read for my sake, he used to tell. Then because for his sake, Swami Vivekananda Narendranath used to read. One day in Dakshineshwar, in his room, Sri Ramakrishna was sitting on the small cot, and so many disciples were there, devotees as well as young disciples also. Sri Ramakrishna was telling, everything Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. In the world, whatever exists, everything is Brahman. There is no other substance other than Brahman. For an example, the cot which I am sitting, it is Brahman. The jug is Brahman. The windows, doors, everything, I, you, here the people who are sitting, everyone is, everything is Brahman, like that. He was explaining. Naren came out with laughing, and with Hazra he started chatting, and he started saying, what is this Sri Ramakrishna? Definitely would be mad. How can I be Brahman, you be Brahman, and the cart is Brahman, jug is Brahman, walls are Brahman, it seems, and the doors and windows, everything is Brahma, he's saying. How nonsense it is, like that. They were discussing and they were chatting and they were laughing. Sri Ramakrishna comes walkingly in the ecstatic mood, and he asked Naren, Naren, what are you doing? Oh, we were talking. What were you talking? The same thing you said, that everything is Brahman, I, you, kettle, doors, windows, walls, everything is Brahman. So we were just talking and we were laughing. Why? How can everything can be Brahman? So the Brahman is that such a small thing, like that. So Naren, with his immature mind at that time, at the given point of time, he gave his opinion or he gave his views. Sri Ramakrishna immediately he touched Naren. For Naren's astonishment, he started seeing, he started experiencing that everything is Brahman. Yes, the wall, the room, Dakshineshwar, every temple complex, I, you, everyone is Brahman. When he went to his house and he sat for food, mother served the food, his mother, and he was unable to eat many times. many times. Why? Because he was not seeing the differentiation. Everything is Brahman, Brahmarpanam, Brahmavi. Whatever we say, for him it was reality. He used to see everything is Brahman. As a result, many times he was unable to eat the food completely. One or two morsels he used to take, and afterwards he used to keep quiet. Mother used to feel unhappy, or mother used to feel fear. What happened, Naren? Why you're not eating? Are you okay? Then again he used to come to his senses, and he used to start eating. So like this, Guru can transfer the power. Guru can make us to experience what is this Brahman. And also, like for an example, Sri Ramakrishna knew very clearly Naren's path is Advaita Vedanta. So Advaita suits to his temperament, to his nature. But whereas initially Naren was reluctant to read, to hear, to know about Advaita Vedanta, he says that that cannot be, that cannot be. But Sri Ramakrishna pestered him, or Sri Ramakrishna told him about the tenets of Advaita Vedanta. Slowly, 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 when Naren got that spiritual maturity, emotional maturity, he was able to understand and appreciate Advaita Vedanta. Yeah, then afterwards, he became the exponent of Advaita Vedanta at the global level. So the Guru knows what is right, which path is right. So that's why he is called Pradam, and explaining the things rightly, properly is also in from all this point we can see Pradam. So why should we approach Guru? Why do we need Guru? Why should we bow down to Guru? So is it against our individual dignity? Sometimes people say, no, it is not. Actually, by bowing down to him, by following him, we'll be able to get many things. That is a reason we have to prostrate, we have to show respect, we have to follow the Guru. Then Natva, by showing respect, what happens? Why should we show respect to the elders, and especially with Guru? For an example, if you see, wherever there is a slope, the water runs, and wherever there is a down, there it comes and it stagnates. In the upper portion, the water doesn't stay. So similarly, when we bow down ourselves, we'll be trying to kill our egos. We'll be trying to be humble. When we are humble, when we are trying to kill our egos, what happens? The values automatically subsides there. I mean, automatically the value stays there. We'll be able to cultivate more and more values. That's the one explanation is given in Shastra. The second thing, when we bow down, when we show respect by seeing our good nature, when Guru also will be able to bless us. Then mumukshu, seeker after liberation. So one who is desiring absolute freedom, one who is desiring for emancipation, he is called mumukshu. So that means he has probably has understood to more or less, to larger extent, this world is not permanent. The permanent entity is the only the either the Atman or Brahman or the God, whatever we say. So we should seek it only. If you seek anything else, only they will have. We may have a temporary happiness, but eternal happiness we cannot get. Such minded person is called mumukshu. So liberation. He wants liberation from the suffering. He wants to enjoy the bliss at all times. So for such person, this Tattvabodha is been written. So he is telling. So here the author is telling who can be the adhikari, or who is adhikari, who is fit to study Tattvabodha. Now, for an example, I want to enjoy the world. I'm happy with the world. I want to be in the world. And if I want to read Tattvabodha, you may read, but for you, it is not meant. Then for whom it is meant? One who seeks liberation, for him this Tattvabodha has been written Tattvabodha is prescribed. So Adhikari. For an example, what is this Adhikari? Adhikari. Now, who can take master's degree? One who has finished graduation, either BA or BSc or whatever, BBM, BCA, whatever any degree may be. So he can only pursue the masters. Now I'm interested. If can I pursue the masters? You say no because you are not adhikari. So similarly, who is fit? Who is real fit aspirant to study Tattvabodha or the Advaita Vedanta? He should be mumukshu. And what are the other qualifications has been told. Now, again, one more question may come that why should we study Vedanta? Does it increases bank balance? Now I have got some problems in my family. I have got family problems. These family problems can be solved, or I want promotion in my company or in the workplace wherever I am working. So this, by studying Tattvabodha, does it help to get the promotion? No. Then why? Swamiji gives a beautiful explanation. We are miserable through delusion. Give up the delusion and the whole thing vanishes. It is plain and simple indeed. Unquote. Swamiji tells very why we are suffering, because through delusion. Once this delusion, ignorance is removed, then our real nature is happiness, bliss. Then we can enjoy that bliss. We can have that happiness always. That's why we have to remove the delusion or ignorance. To remove the delusion or ignorance, we have to study Vedanta. We have to study Tattvabodha text. So, using the one word mumukshu is giving the link for the next sutras. Who is the fit person? Who is the adhikari to study Tattvabodha? And that, what are the four things already I've told in my previous class? Anubandha Chatushtaya. What is that? Adhikari, Vishaya, Sambandha, and Prayojana. Who is Adhikari? Who is the fit person, right person to study or to follow Tattvabodha? Vishaya. What is the theme of this book? What is the content of this book? Also, we should know. For example, I want to pursue MBBS. I want to pursue doctor degree. So, can I study Tattvabodha? No, it will not be helpful for you because it is meant for something else. So, the moment you know the content of the book, the theme of the book, I can decide whether I should read this book or I should not read this book. And Sambandha, what is the connection between? The theme may be very good, it may be very fascinating, but is there any connection between me and this theme of the book? Yes, because it is telling about who are you, what is your real nature, how can you remove your ignorance, how can you destroy your delusion, and how can be happy, blissful at all times. So it is telling about you only. That's why there's a connection, the theme of the book and the theme of the book and me. There's a connection. That's why it is required. Priyojana. So what will happen? By studying Tattvabodha, by spending some time while studying the Tattvabodha. For example, you are listening my Tattvabodha lectures and you will be listening, I hope so. So when listening, what will happen? Why should I spend so much time releasing Tattvabodha lectures? What will I happen? What will I get? If you ask, by studying Tattvabodha, the author says that you will get emancipation. Just by studying or by knowing. How? By studying or by knowing this method of self-inquiry, how can you get the moksha or mukti, has been told in the Tattvabodha text in the many shlokas that in future we will try to discuss. So, how our intents are very precise in their approach, you see. So, in the beginning of the book itself, they used to tell who can read this book, who is the fit person to read the book, Adhikari, and what is the theme of the book, what is the content of the book. So, you can decide whether should I may be Adhikari, I may be fit person, but still I may be interested and I may not be interested. For an example, there are so many varieties of Ramayana and Mahabharata. Some of late, so many authors are writing the Ramayana Mahabharata in a very fascinating way, very interesting way. Once who has habit of interesting novels and all, they will be reading the Ramayana Mahabharata in a novelistic way. Many people have written. For example, recently a foreign author probably has written a beautiful way about Sita. They said, and they gave me a book. I started a book, and in 2 pages, I closed the book. I said, the narration style is very good, the English is very good, no doubt, but I'm not interested. Because whatever we know about Ramayana, originally, whatever we have studied about Ramayana, and whatever the incidents, narrations he is telling about Sita Devandi, about the incidents, which is far from the facts, far from the truths. So it may be a good narration, it may be a good style, the English may be good, he may be a very world class author, but I am not interested in this. So I closed the book and I gave away that book for the person who gave me back. So the theme of the book is also very important. So with this theme, with the content of the book, whether am I interested or not, I may be fit person, but am I interested or not, that also has been told, is told very clearly by the authors of the Indian authors in the ancient books. And Sambandha, fine, I'm a fit person, it is a fascinating also for me, but is there any use for me, or am I connected with this? For an example, some regarding accountancy, there is a book and it has been beautiful, it has been discussed, detailedly it has been discussed, and any person who doesn't have any knowledge about accountancy, if he or she reads, probably to larger extent, he or she will get the fair knowledge of accountancy. Fine. But what is the use for me? I'm not interested. I don't need it. Then, so Sambandha, whether am I connected with that, with the theme of the book? I may be a fit person. The theme is very good, fascinating, but is there any connection between me and that subject of the book is also important, sambandha and prayojana. Now, by studying all these things, is there any use? Now, I don't need any accounts because I don't maintain accounts. So I don't need this balance sheet, how to maintain balance sheet. For knowledge sake, I may read, but I'm not interested. So there is no use for me reading this accountancy book. I will not read. So all these four things, adhikari, vishaya, sambandha, prayojana, these four is discussed in every ancient textbooks of our Indian literature. The moment you know all these things, then we will be able to understand how they were precise and what was their approach, how the approach was so beautiful, so we can understand. Now, the next important concept is sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. In my first lecture itself, I had told Paribhashika Shabda means technical meaning of the word is very, very important. And I gave the example of Uddhared Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasadaya Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmana. Atma is Bandhu. I am the true friend of myself and I am the real enemy of myself. They are saying that. What is that Atma? So many times they are saying. One, the word Atma is Jivatma, the other word Atma is referring to the mind. So when you read properly, when you study properly, when you understand properly with the help of Guru and Parampara, then only you'll be able to make to understand. Otherwise, you will not. That's what I told you very clearly. So similarly here, one more example I can give, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti, because the sloka starts. Sadhana Chatushtayam Kim, it comes. So Sadhana Chatushtaya, Sadhana Chatushtaya. Sadhana, it is a Sanskrit word, it is also in Kannada and Telugu, I think, some vernacular Indian languages also it is there. Sadhana, the word, when we listen, immediately we understand sadhana means what? Spiritual practice. So Chatushtaya means probably four. So there are, what are the four spiritual practices has been discussed here probably. I may feel, or you may feel, or a person who hears the word sadhana chatushtaya, the word, one who has got a fair knowledge of Sanskrit, definitely he or she will be able to feel that, okay, sadhana means spiritual practices, chatushtaya probably means four. So four spiritual practices are told. It is not so. Here the word sadhana, we have to take contextually, though the word sadhana means spiritual practices, in Tattvabodha language, here contextually, the word sadhana refers, or the sadhana means qualification. So why do we need Guru? Why do we need Parampara? Why do we need Shastra Granthas? Because for this. So sadhana means, though the general meaning is spiritual practice or practice, but here sadhana means the qualification. Chatushtaya, one is the literal meaning is fourfold no doubt, and here the particular meaning is preparation. Means sadhana chatushtayam kim means what are the fourfold practices? General meaning you can take, but really, what is the fourfold qualification? What is the preparatory qualification to study Vedanta? Not for emancipation, to study Vedanta. So this has to be made very clear. For moksha, so this is the for moksha. No, this is for Vedanta Adhyayana. So what are the fourfold practices, or what is the preparatory qualification or minimal class qualification? What is the basic qualification to start to study Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta, has been discussed in Bhayata here. That means what? Any science presupposes the appropriate qualification. Just for an example, I gave you an example that to study masters, you need degree. For studying degree, plus two or PUC or whatever you say, you need it. To study PhD, you need masters. In particular, whichever the subject you want to do PhD, in that particular subject, you should have your masters. So similarly, for to study Vedanta, the author is telling that you should have sadhana chatushtaya, the fourfold qualifications, the preparatory qualification, and this is the basic qualification to study Vedanta. Now, if I have a basic qualification, what happens? When you have this basic qualification, when you study the Advaita Vedanta, the self-inquiry method, whichever is being told, explained in this Tattvabodha, the slowly, when you go on following it, by the end of the text, you study or you finish studying, you'll be able to understand who are you. Aham asmi Brahma, aham Brahmasmi. Now for us, two times, three times, five times we study in very detailed manner with the help of commentaries, with the help of wise people, still we don't understand who are we, who am I. Why? Because we are not adhikaris really, because we don't have this fourfold qualifications, or we may have to certain extent, to some extent, but not in completely. That's why jokingly I say T and C apply. Many places you will, many offers you get, or any insurance things you take, they say T and C apply. It means terms and conditions apply. So T and C apply. What is there? We don't read, we don't study, we don't understand. So here also, you may study Tattvabodha text for a number of times. You may not get emancipation, liberation. Why? Because you may not be adhikari, fit person. You may understand intellectually, but you will not be able to. Why? Because terms and condition apply. The whatever the terms and condition apply, what is that is the preparatory qualification, basic qualification, minimum qualification one should be having. No, the question may come, Swami, so we don't have this preparatory qualification, or we don't have to larger extent, completely we don't have, we have little. So should we study Vedanta or not? Should we study Tattvabodha class or not? Should we attend Tattvabodha class or not? No, we can attend. Why? By studying all these things. If you have got this by the end of the Tattvabodha text, I are you, we get emancipation, we get a realization that Aham Asmi Brahma, I am that Brahman, I am that Atman. If we don't have, by studying these things again and again and again and again, our delusion will be checked to larger extent. We have been hypnotized that I am that body, I am the body, I am the sense, I am the mind, I am the son of so and so, I am the daughter of so and so, I am the husband of so and so, I am the wife of so and so. I belong to a particular religion, I belong to a particular country, I belong to a particular caste. This house belongs to me, this vehicle belongs to me, I belongs to him or her. Such type of so much hypnotized we are. So many layers has been covered on this soul, on this mind. When we are hearing again and again, we are not the body, we are not the mind, we are not this so and so, the whatever the external paraphernalia adjectives we add ourselves, so called. So when we say no, 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 I am that Atman, I am that Brahman, I am that Atman, I am that Brahman, so many times you keep on telling, the delusion, the amount of delusion comes down. So we'll be able to practice spiritual sadhanas will be more, and we'll be able to understand, probably we'll be able to hold on to truth, it increases. So for a Uttama Adhikari, they will get emancipation. For a Madhyam Adhikari, or for Manda Adhikari, who has got little of qualification, that is Sadhan Chatushtaya, then we will get a little clarification, so that we'll understand, okay, so Swamiji has said, or Tattvabodha has said that, so I am the Atman, I am not this body, I am not this mind, and I need not to depend on the world completely, because the world is temporarily in nature. When you understand, slowly, attaching to the worldly things, attaching to the world dependence will be slowly reducing, and slowly, our mind shifts from world dependence to God dependence. That's what spiritual life is. So, what is spiritual life? How can I know that I am spiritually growing? When you decrease yourself depending on the world, when you increase yourself towards God dependence, that means you understand, you can know yourself that you are progressing spiritually, you are growing spiritually. So shift to have a shift from worldly dependence to God dependence, worldliness to godliness, and to shift your concentration, to shift your attraction from the world towards God, or toward Atman, or to Brahman, or the permanent entity, we need to study Advaita Vedanta or Tattvabodha text. For that, it helps us a lot. That's why if you have got a fourfold qualification, you'll be able to understand who are you. If not, then it will give a certain amount of clarification, certain amount of understanding, so that you'll be able to take the spiritual path in more concentrated manner, in the more decisive manner. That's why we can study Tattvabodha text, even though if you don't have this sadhana chatushtaya, fourfold qualifications. So in sadhana chatushtaya, first and foremost, is told that nitya anitya vastu vivekaha. Nitya anitya vastu vivekaha. Viveka means discrimination. Nitya, anitya, eternal and non-eternal vastu. So discrimination between the eternal and non-eternal objects, or between the eternal objects and the non-eternal objects, is called discrimination. So why do we need discrimination? It is very, very important again. Then sadhana chatushtaya, four things, fourfold practices has been told, or the preparatory qualifications told. So one is nitya nitya vastu viveka. So every moment, that we should keep on discriminating what is real, what is unreal, what is eternal, what is non-eternal. We should keep on discriminating, and we should attach ourselves to the eternal, and we should detach ourselves from the non-eternal things. The second is iha amutra phalabhoga viraga. Iha means hereafter. Amutra means hereafter in the upper worlds, above seven worlds, or in the below seven worlds. Phala, fruits, bhoga, desire to enjoy, viragaha, renunciation. Means you should have a dispassion. You should renounce the fruits of action. Fruits of action. You should renounce the enjoyment, whatever you get in this world or in the above worlds. Okay, I don't want in this world. Okay, I will go to Svargaloka. In Svargaloka, I will enjoy if you say that. No. If you want to Advaita Vedanta, definitely you should renounce all that. Why? Because for the upper thing. Why I will tell afterwards slowly. Shama adi shatka sampatti. Shama, Dhamma, Uparti, Tidiksha, Samadhana, Shraddha, we all say that. So the six treasures from mind control, sense control, so on. So six treasures one should have. So control of the mind, control of the senses, contented, living, trying to be happy, whatever we are having. So such all these six stages are very, very important to study Vedanta. So first two things are negative, that we should leave so many things, and the next two things are possessing. We should possess so many some good virtues are told in this sadhana chatushtaya. So that also sadhana chatushtaya also can be differentiated, can be classified into two groups. One is nityanastu viveka, discrimination, negation, and the second is renunciation, dispassion. One is discrimination, the other is dispassion, the third is discipline. So we should endo all these virtues, shamadamadi shatka sampati, six virtues, six treasures, we should have it. And mumukshutvancha iti, and also intense desire for liberation. I don't want anything else. I want to know myself, who am I? Apart from that, I don't need anything else. And I want to know who is God, who is Sri Ramakrishna, who is Rama, who is Krishna, who is Shiva, who is Kali, Mother Kali, whatever. So means who is means we have to realize them. We have to experience them. That's the intense desire, the experience of the reality is called mumukshatva. Moktu micha mumukshu, mumukshu. One who is called mumukshatva is called mumukshu. Means one who has called intense desire for liberation is called mumukshu. So the first is nitya nitya vastu viveka. To remember for you people, it can be told as discrimination. Discrimination between real and unreal, rather still in a correct manner, if you want to say, discrimination between eternal and non-eternal. Now, generally, the word discrimination used in many times negative sense. Racial discrimination, gender discrimination, economical discrimination. Based on the economical status you are looked into, you are spoken, you are attended. If you are good, if your economical status is good, you are well received. If your economical status is not good, then you are not bothered. So there's a economical status discrimination also. So here when the word we use discrimination is that no. Here it is used, the discrimination is used in the sense of right judgment, right understanding. So right understanding, right judgment is the beautiful word or explanation for the word discrimination. I will give an example. For example, now I am a student. Tomorrow I've got exams. And today I've got a cricket match. There's IPL cricket match, IPL cricket match. Now I am fan of cricket. So I love to see the match. So now I have got a fix. Tomorrow I have got exams. I'm supposed to read, at least if not completely. Sometime I'm supposed to read. Already I finished, but I have to recapitulation or revision, whatever say we are. So I'm supposed to do. Now I've got it today evening. There's IPL match. Should I see the match? Should I see the match? Should I watch the cricket match? Or should I study? Now, say for example, 100 students are there. 20% of students, they will not have any problem. Whether IPL match is there, any match is there. Tomorrow I've got exams. I'm supposed to study and I have to pass well. I have to do well in the exams. So I'm supposed to study. I will do it. Afterwards, whenever there's the time, then I will try to see the highlights or whatever. So they study. And the other extreme also are there. 20%, the other extreme, just opposite. Whatever it may be there, whatever it may be there, whatever may come, whatever may happen, I am supposed to study. I am supposed to view the cricket match. I'm supposed to watch the cricket match. I will watch the cricket match. Definitely, I'll watch the cricket match. And afterwards, I will think about exam. Whatever it may come, whoever may tell, I am not going to listen. I'm definitely make sure that know it for certain. I am watching the cricket match. Even they don't have a doubt. They don't have any confusion. Whereas in the middle, so 20%, 20%, 20, 40 people are gone, and 60% are there, they're in the middle. These are the most common sadhakas. Most of us, we fall here in this category. Now, I want to study well and I want to get good marks also. I want to study well, so I want to do well in the exams. I want to get good marks. I want to get good merit, etc., etc. I want to study, but at the same time, there's a desire inside desire to watch the cricket match. I can see afterwards because now internet is available. Afterwards, you can see the entire even highlight, even now by highlights, the entire match can be viewed many times. It is recorded, maybe available. But still, since the desire is there, I have to see the live. Then only there will be kick. So the desire is not allowing me, or is has become the hindrance to take the decision whether should I study for exam or should I watch the cricket match. Okay, let me not think about exam. Let me study. Let me watch the cricket and let me enjoy. No, no. I may say cricket and I may enjoy, but if I don't study, if I don't do revision recapitulation, then tomorrow I may not do my exams well. Then I may have problem. So I'm not there. At the same time, my mind is not able to take a decision. What should I do? What should I not do? So here, the role of discrimination, the role of judgment comes into the picture. Yes, it is wonderful to watch the cricket match. I feel it may be interesting, no doubt. But there, then people may win. But tomorrow, if I fail in my exams, or if I get less marks in the exam, definitely I will be a failed person. As a result, I will not watch the cricket match today. Whatever it may be, I will study, and tomorrow or day after, whenever the time permits, I will watch the cricket match. So this type of right understanding and right judgment is required. So we have to discriminate what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is not right. So like this, there are so many examples can be given in everyone's life. Just I give a simple example for you. So right understanding we need. When there's a right understanding, the right judgment is possible. So the right understanding, the right judgment is nothing but the discrimination. So this discrimination is very, very important for all of us. The same thing happens. For an example, I know something is bad. It gives a sense gratification. At the same time, I'm not able to leave it. Why? Because I'm not able to leave it because some ananda or some maja, some sukha, some pleasure is there. But heart of heart, I know that that is a wrong thing, which I'm not supposed to do, but still I will not be able to leave it. Why? Because the lack of discrimination. And I will not be able to exercise my discrimination. I will not be able to exercise my right judgment. That's where the mind control and all other things comes. So discrimination is very, very important. Beautifully, I think we have studied Mahabharata, every one of us, we know that it is attributed to Duryodhana. When that Krishna Sandhana happens, before that when Krishna came as a mediator from Pandava's side, before the meeting, he meets Duryodhana. He says, "Oh Duryodhana, you have got a great valor. You know the art of warfare too. And you come from the great Bharata clan, Bharata Vamsha, where there are your ancestors are all great people, righteous people, rightful people. They have got good name and fame for the clan and for the entire country. And having born in such a notable clan, notable family, how can you behave like this? Whatever the actions you are doing, so your behavior, your actions doesn't befit you, doesn't befit your clan, doesn't befit your family. Why don't you change yourself?" He explains. Krishna explains. The Duryodhana he tells, "Janami dharmam, nachame pravrutti, janami adharmam, nachame nivrutti, kim karnayam Vasudeva." Oh Vasudeva, I did study in Gurukula what is dharma, what is Vedas, what is Vedangas, Dharma Shastras, and all I have studied. So you know what is right, what is dharma. Nachame pravrutti, but what to do? My mind is not allowing me to practice it. I don't get it. Intention, I don't have intention, I don't get a desire to practice good one, righteous one, right ones. At the same time, Janami Papam. I know what is bad. I know what is unethical. I know what is wrong. Nachame nivrutti. Due to my nature, due to my behavior, due to my character, due to my thinking, probably, I'm unable to leave it also. By doing, I enjoy in wrong things. I enjoy in doing wrong things, probably. That's why I'm unable to leave the wrong things, bad things. What to do, Krishna? I'm helpless. Whatever you make me to do, I will do it. So this is the plight of Duryodhana as he explained. So this is the plight of most of us. We know what is right, most of us, but we are unable to do, unable to perform. And at the same time, we know what is wrong, and we are at the same time we are unable to leave, we are unable to renounce, we are unable to keep ourselves away from all these things. So here the discrimination is very, very important. For example, watching TV. By watching TV for long hours, definitely it kills our health. It kills our mental peace. For example, serials. They say the serials in a serial way, just like a rubber band, simply they'll be pulling and they'll be showing. Already we have got so many difficulties. Mostly I hear that the serials based on the family stories, and we have got a problem with the parents. Sometimes we have got a tussle with the parents. I'm going to have a tussle with my wife, with the husband, or with the brother-in-law, sister-in-law, or with the children, with the boss office, so on and so forth. And the same thing is depicted there. And we sit and we spend our time, we cry, we get carried over emotionally, and we waste our time. And by that, emotionally, we become weak and we become mentally weak. So in no way, it probably sometimes or many times there is no constructive approach there. Probably. That's what I've heard from the people who has watched the serials. But at the same time, we are not able to get away from the serials. We are not able to control ourselves by not watching the serials. So here the discrimination is very, very important. So what is right? What is wrong? What is eternal? What is non-eternal? What is permanent and what is temporary? We have to understand, and we have to hold on to right thing. We have to hold on to good thing. We have to hold on to permanent thing. We have to leave away other things. That is what discrimination. So right understanding and right judgment is very, very important. Probably the whole one more, I will give an example. The example of Nachiketa. The second, Iha Amutra Palabogadi Viraka. In this world has been told now. Okay, in the above seven worlds, or for example, in the modern thing, probably if I have to tell, then I may say that, okay, if I get a chance to go to America, probably America, they say it is a paradise and there are so many good things, I can earn a lot of money and all. So can I desire for it? In the worldly sense, no doubt, but not from spiritual sense. Because either in this world or in this mundane world, empirical world, or this earth, or if you go in the Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, Janarloka, Maharloka, Taparloka, Satyaloka, Brahmaloka, wherever you go, just like how much ever you have got a bank balance, till then you'll be able to withdraw the money. Afterwards, your debit card says, sorry, because you don't have money in the account. So similarly, you go to any above worlds or below seven worlds to enjoy based on your karmas. After your fructification of karma, means after your exhaustion of phala, karma phala, then you have to come back to this mundane world, this empirical world on this earth. Again, you have to come back and you have to start acquiring again the merits. I mean, you have to perform actions and again you have to acquire the fruits. So you go to Svargaloka, enjoy for 100 years or 200 years or 1000 years, your karma is exhausted, karma pala is exhausted, again come back, again stay 9 months in the mother's womb or 9 months or whatever, and again you come out and you study LKG, PKG, nursery, so on and so forth, and so much face problems. In the midst of that, you acquire some, you do some good works and you acquire some punya for few janmas, and again you go to some loka and you enjoy, again come back and suffer, enjoy, suffer, enjoy, suffer. Such type of happening is happening. Then the person say that, okay, I don't want any fruits or any enjoyment, recreation, enjoyment, either in this world or in the above worlds. Because again, why? Because if I go there and enjoy, after enjoyment, again I have to come back. So why this? So is there any way that I can be completely free from all these things? Then he says, yes, the second quality, the second qualification, the second preparatory qualification to study Vedanta is, first is Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, the second is Iha Amutra phala bhogadi viraga, dispassion, renunciation, means I am not desiring for the fruits of action, the enjoyment, either in this world or in the above seven worlds, or in the below seven worlds, or in the America, or maybe in Saudi Arabia, or in Dubai, or in any part of the world, maybe, or in any part of the creation, any part of the galaxy, or any part of the Brahmanda or whatever. So I don't want. Why? I want to know myself, who am I? So that I can live peacefully, blissfully at all given circumstance situations. And that is the reality. That's why I want to know who am I. For that, I am ready to renounce anything. Here, probably one more important concept we have to understand, the theory of sublimation. This has been told in the Upanishads. The renunciation part, it becomes so explicitly, it's been told after the probable advent of Jainism and Buddhism, it became more. Of course, in Upanishads it is there, in Vedanta it is there, I don't say no. But than renunciation, the theory of, according to me, the theory of sublimation was given importance for our ancient rishis. What is that theory of sublimation? Probably if you Google or in YouTube and all, Maslow experiment, if you Google, you'll be able to find that. So the experiment goes like this: 5 to 10 kids were called from different corners of the state. Small children, kids. They said, Maslow, there's one probably for our understanding, we shall have a chocolate, one Cadbury's chocolate, or Dairy Milk chocolate, or Snickers. Okay, so we are giving one Snickers for you, one chocolate for you. So you imagine, any for small, even for big, for us also, we feel very happy when we see good chocolate. So when good chocolate is given to kids, they'll feel very happy. But before finishing the sentence, they tell, if you wait, I will go outside. Probably I have got a small work, 3 to 5 minutes or 10 minutes before 5 10 minutes, I will come back. If you have not eaten this one chocolate, and I will give one more chocolate. But if you eat away this chocolate, you will not be punished, and you will not get a second chocolate. So this was the experiment. When they conducted the experiment, before finishing this second sentence, some children started eating the first chocolate. They were not bothered about what you are going to tell because they were obsessed with that, they were interested in that. And some of them, they heard that afterwards, they couldn't control, simply they ate away. And some kids, they tried for few seconds, few moments, 1 or 2 minutes, and they were unable to control, they ate. And very few students, few kids, few children, they were able to control themselves. They were able to, because to get a second chocolate, to get two chocolates, to have a second chocolate, first chocolate they didn't eat. So this is what theory of sublimation. When the Taittiriya Upanishad, Ananda Mimamsa, when you study, you will be able to understand that. So to study, to have the permanent bliss, to get the absolute bliss, whatever the small happiness, whatever the small enjoyments we get in the sense gratification or in this worldly enjoyments, let us renounce or let us merge that in the greater or in the big or in the permanent bliss. I get small happiness when I eat chocolate. I get small happiness when I have got a sense gratification. I get small happiness with the recreation, but it is not constructive at all times. Rather, I try to merge all these things. Means what? I aspire that only. For that, I renounce everything, or still precisely, I merge that all the small enjoyments in that, so that I can get the bigger enjoyment, bigger joy. Instead of that, the real bliss, the absolute bliss. For the absolute bliss sake, I am ready to do. I'm ready to face any difficulties. I'm ready to sacrifice anything and everything. That's what we can see very clearly in the story in the case of Nachiketa. Coming in the next discourse, I will tell the Nachiketa story is very, very interesting. I will tell briefly how probably age of 7 or 8 years aged boy, how he expressed his discrimination, how he expressed his dispassion, how he expressed his discipline, how he had a mind control, how much he had a self-control, and he seeked after Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, and he got the Atma Gnana, Brahma Gnana by the Yama, the Lord of Death itself. So when you have got this fourfold qualification, preparatory qualification, how by hearing the truths by the Guru, how you will be able to experience, we can understand by the when we hear, when we see the when we read the story of Nachiketa, the next coming week, probably since there's a Diwali, the Kali Puja we will not have a class. The next coming Thursday, afterwards, after 15 days, we will have a Tattvabodha class. But the Saturday, Sunday, talk on Holy Mother as a goddess and Sri Ramakrishna is infinite grace, we will be having. I welcome all the spiritual aspirants from across the globe to attend the classes and try to get the benefit from that. Let Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, Holy Mother, and Adi Shankaracharya bless every one of us so that we shall able to take this spiritual path and we shall try to understand who are we really, who am I really, and we will try to will we try to have that permanent bliss, absolute bliss, and that is the true reality. प्रियतां पुण्डरीकाक्षः सर्वयज्ञेश्वरो हरिः तस्मिन् तुष्टे जगत्तुष्टं प्रीणिते प्रीणितं जगत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्रीरामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु.